Hey y'all, good morning. Welcome back to Tina Smoot TV. Okay, I know it's cold outside, but it's gonna be like 70 something this afternoon. So this video is about consistency. I'm gonna jump right into it because my son gonna be hopping in the car, trying to hop in the car with me in like the next 20 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on topic. All right, today's video is about consistency. And the reason why I made this video is because um, around June or July of this year, I was going through a lot, and that made me slow down with doing my videos. Like if you look at my videos, it's like every day, sometimes 2, 3 times a day, and then all of a sudden I just stopped. So, or I come on every 3 weeks, every other week, and that's because I was going through something. But God was talking to me last night as I would listen to different preachers, and one of them that I listen to every day is Latoya O'Keel. As I would listen to, I wouldn't call, I don't know if she want to call herself a preacher, life coach, mentor, whatever, but I listened to her last night, and that what made me get this subject because she was talking about discipline, and so I was like, I was just thinking about that the morning before, like not the morning before, but that same morning about being consistent. And then I listened to her, she was talking about discipline. So I was like, my video is gonna be about consistency. About consistency, because even though I was going through what I was going through, even though you may be going through whatever you going through, you still got to get up and do whatever your dream is, whatever you have in your heart. You still got to get up and do it, no matter what you're going through, because somebody else needs you, somebody else is listening to you, and somebody else is watching you. So you have to be consistent no matter what is going on in your life. Long as God wake you up and you got breath in your body, you need to get up and get on these videos and do what you got to do. That's why I had to tell myself that, because I'm like, just because you going through stuff don't mean you supposed to shut down the video, shut down God. That's when you supposed to really be doing it, because you going through stuff. So, and then I wrote down some scriptures about being consistent. Proverbs 12 verse 1. Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but he who hates reproof is stupid. So being consistent, and like if God is dealing with you with something, you still have to be disciplined and get on here and do these videos. You still have to get up, do your video, whatever your dream is. Make your shirts, make your coffee mugs, your tumblers, whatever your dream is. You still have to be consistent. You can't give up. You can't stop no matter what. You cannot stop no matter what is going on. Like my math right now, my math is getting on my nerves. That's the only part that stopped me from getting my GED. And I done took it about 6 or 7 times. I'm keeping it real with y'all. And right now, it's just frustrating. It's getting on my nerves. Because I know at this point, I know the math. But you know how those tests are tricky. So it's like a game you have to play when you're taking computerized tests. So it's like I got to stay in, stay on course, stay in, stay disciplined. Keep going, keep trying, keep going until I get it. Because if I keep doing it, the universe is going to eventually have to give it to me. They can't keep it from me forever. If I keep going. Now, if I give up, which sometimes I feel like I do want to give up, but I'm not. It's just a feeling. That's why I said your feelings are fickle. You can feel a certain way, but you can act totally different than what you feel. That's how I know your feelings can't control you unless you allow them to. Because I be feeling like, you know what? Bump it. I still got my coffee mug, my t-shirt, Smoot collection. I still got my other hustles I could do. Bump that. But I can't say bump that because I want to be a defense attorney. That's what I want to do. Now, if I wanted to do something that didn't require education, then yeah, I wouldn't be stunned. But what I want to do requires me to have my GED. So, and the only thing that holding me back is the math. I passed everything else in 2019. It's going to be 2022. The only thing holding me back is the math. And I don't feel bad about sharing my story because there's so many people with my story. It's so many people in my class, and the only thing they missing is the math. That's the only thing. And I feel like the devil find me so hard with the math because he know once I get that, I'm taking off. Once I get that math, I'm taking off. Everything else is going to be an easy breezy. When I get in law school, I'm acing everything because I love to read. So it's going to be easy breezy. I'm going to ace that LSAT. I ain't playing. I'm going to ace that LSAT. I just got to get past this math. Okay. Got that out the way. Proverbs 13:24. Whoever spares the rod hates his child, hates his son, but he who loves him is diligent to discipline him. That's another thing about being consistent. You gotta be consistent and discipline your children. Like, you gotta be consistent in letting your children know when they're wrong. Like, if you don't let your children know when they're wrong, how they gonna know? They're just gonna be running wild. Like, you have to discipline your child. When they say spare the rod can mean taking their phone, taking stuff from them. Don't let them go outside. And sometimes they do need a whipping, but not all the time. Because I got whippings. I used to go to my auntie house, and my butt used to be so, look like feel like cardboard. And it still didn't do no good. But with my children, when I take stuff from them, like they games, and say they can't go someplace, they can't do this, they can't do that, that stops them. I mean, I used to whoop my oldest son when he got like 9. He used to run from me because that's all I knew. I used to get whippings, so I thought that's how you discipline your child. That's all I knew. But what made me stop whipping my kids is when my oldest son started running from me. He was screaming and hollering like it was really affecting him. Me whipping him was really affecting him. So ever since that day, I just stopped whipping him. I was like, no, I don't do that. But that's because I experienced abuse as a child. If your butt hard like cardboard, that's child abuse. I experienced that going to my mom's sister them house because they was in this church and that's what they did. So I experienced that. And I had to stop myself and say, no, I'm not going to discipline my children like this. I'm going to talk to my children and get down to the root problem, and I'm going to take things from them. And it been working for me. I'm telling y'all, it been working. I don't have no problem with my boys. They're not perfect, but I don't have no major problems with them. 1 Corinthians 9:27, but I discipline my body and keep it under control, lest after preaching to others, I myself should be disqualified. So you have to, before you preach to others, you have to have it. You have to have that in your life, as far as with your body go. Like, if you know, you might want certain things. Latoya Kid was just talking about this last night. She was just talking about this last night. Like, she said your body might want certain things, but you know you don't need it. You know if you eat certain things, your body ain't going to be healthy. Your body ain't going to feel right if you eat certain things. So discipline your body before you go preaching to somebody else about what they supposed to eat. Because you can preach to them about what they supposed to eat, but then you going to be disqualified because you're going to turn around and do what you just told them not to do. So make sure you work on self first before you go and talk to somebody else. I went back to meat a little bit, like chicken, turkey, and it still just didn't feel right. And now I done went all the way vegan. I don't eat, and it make it so easy to go vegan. It's this store on Moreland make it so easy to go vegan because they got vegan patties, vegan sausage. Like, it make it so easy. And I love vegetables. If I had to start doing my meal prep, y'all. I got to get me a meal prep because I love vegetables. If vegetables is there, I'm eating it. I'm taking vegetables over anything. Any kind of beans, greens, turnip greens, collard greens, any kind. I love vegetables. So vegetables, that's me all the way. Me and vegetables. What else did I say? Yeah, take your thoughts captive. Like the devil constantly, he still does that to me. He put because he don't know what we thinking. But he can put stuff that happened in our past because he knows about that. So he can put stuff that don't happen in our past in our mind, certain things that he know that we like or we tempted to do. He'll put that in our mind to think about it. But now when he do it to me, I'll be like, nope. As soon as he do it to me now, I learn how to be like, nope. You have to stop him at his onset.